guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kimberly Cox from Magical Mommy Spot, and obviously this is a thrown together because I do not want to lose a day in Vlogtober video for you. I had one planned out, we had part of it done, we were going to finish doing part of it yesterday and that didn't happen. And then when I thought about it, I was like, I don't know if I really want to do it right now anyways during the holiday season and stuff. That might be a good one to save for like January, February when things kind of drop off and aren't as exciting. So I decided I was just going to come to you and do a quick little kind of an, I don't know, I guess kind of an update. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And it kind of hit me that I think there is a need to talk about tiny progress, okay? The small little steps that we individually get so excited about because they're so, like, you see it and it's like, it's there, it's happening. But if other people looked at it, they would be like, why in the world are you so excited? Like, what is the big deal? So I really thought, okay, I want to come to you guys and I want to do this. And I started thinking back for the last like 6 weeks or so, because honestly, this last, I would say August, September, and now into October have been these crazy, exciting, but also just very different times. The last probably 2.5 months or so, though, have been a learning process, and they've been really, really exciting, but also really scary. And I feel like there's a part of me that wants to document every single little piece of it, but there's a part of me that's like, no, probably not a good idea to do all of it. But I feel like in documenting it, that helps so much in so many other places. So the little tiny, and I guess they're maybe not so tiny in our particular situation. Like when you have something that other people look at as, okay, like that's great, but not like jumping up and down, oh my God, you did it, you did it, you did it. Like when you have that, it's exciting to you, it's a big thing to you, and it is progress, and you are seeing it happen. So I had a few things happen in the last week that led to the actual episode that I had pre-planned in my podcast. So my podcast, I had set up, I think it's 5 or 6 episodes that I had clearly marked out and kind of outlined a little bit. And the third one was what others think of you is none of your business. And sure enough, in just the right time, I had instances this week that have given me the sort of the stories to tell and the examples to give people to take them through that process, to take them through that. And I think that that's something that for me is super exciting because it says, Kim, you're on the right path. Like other things in your life are lining up to help you. You are on the right path. But other people look at it and they're, they'd be like, that's great, but like not getting as excited as I am. And sometimes when other people don't get as excited with us, it takes that excitement from here down to like here because we're like, I guess that really wasn't that big of a deal. I say all that to say this. One of my first points, which I don't even know if I have points in this one because this is literally just we need to get a video up for Vlogtober, and I felt the need to put this out there. I could have probably done a live on it, but we're going to do it this way. So one of my first points, though, is that you are your biggest cheerleader. And that doesn't mean you're your only cheerleader. There will be days when other people will cheer for you. And there will be other days when people will cheer the loudest for you. But on those days when either no one's cheering for you or people are cheering but their cheers are like way down here, you be your loudest cheerleader. You be the one who is exactly what you need to keep you going. I have several little note cards written that I have laying around my desk so that I can see them. So my first one says, stay in your own lane and claim what you want. And then this one says, you can't reverse years of bad feelings overnight. It's a process. And those were both points that have come up to me during this process. And I feel like we are at a place where when I feel that sense of, oh my goodness, like no one else is cheering for me, stay in your own lane, claim what you want. You cheer for yourself. Stay in your own lane, head down, nose to the grindstone, do the work, keep going. When people are second guessing the process of deschooling, when people are second guessing the process of the move that I made, or any, like my business or anything, you can't reverse years of bad feelings. That includes bad situations overnight. It's a process. You have to trust the process and just go with it. And that's not easy. A lot of times that is super difficult, and we just have to trust and go with it. So there is that. There are other little things that have happened, you know, where like there are times when I know that normally I would have fallen completely apart during something. And I've been able to kind of pull myself together, and maybe I have been emotional for a few minutes, but it's like you have your lists of to-dos, you have your things that are, okay, I've got to get this done, or this has to happen, or that has to happen. And I allow myself to feel the feelings. And then I let it go, and we move on, and we keep going. And I think that that is super healthy and a really big step in the right direction. I also feel like, you know, there's been things where like I have noticed the changes in my kids, where, you know, I was having issues with them reading and writing because those were two things that neither of them really liked very well. And yeah, you might look at me and say, okay, so your kids are watching YouTube, you know, a portion of the day and not in school, and they're playing games on the computer and they're not in school, but they're actually typing to people on the computer and having conversations. And my oldest is not getting frustrated and instead will type what she can and then say, Mommy, how do you do this? Or can you help me with that? And I'll help her and she'll do it. And that's like huge progress to me, because that's like her taking ownership of, I want to do this, so I need to learn this. And that is the whole point of what we are doing. It's one of the biggest things was nobody, not the public school, not, you know, teachers or family or anybody could figure out how to motivate my kids. And now they're learning it from the inside. They're learning to motivate themselves, which is amazing and awesome and exactly what we wanted through this. So when you see those glimpses and you're like, it's right there. It's right there. Exactly what we want. It gets exciting and you know you're on the right path. So I don't ever want you guys to be discouraged. And I did a whole video on discouragement back, yeah, I think it was day 2 of Vlogtober. But I don't ever want you guys to be discouraged or frustrated or aggravated because people didn't cheer as loud as you wish they would have. You cheer. You be your own biggest cheerleader. You cheer for yourself. If you're having issues with caring about how others are feeling about it, or feeling like because they're not cheering loud enough, maybe they're, they don't like what you're doing, or, it's making you second guess yourself, go listen to my podcast that I did today. Because for real, what others think of us is none of our business, and we need to stay in our own lane, put the nose to the grindstone, and just keep going. You know your path, you need to be confident in that. I will say one thing that I said in that podcast on this video, and that's everything that we do, whether that's work a 9-to-5 job or work from home, put our kids in public school, put our kids in private school, homeschool our kids. You can go on to the like cloth diapers or disposable diapers, formula or breastfeed. Every decision that we make will have blockages, will have problems, will have situations where we'll get into it and it won't feel exactly right all the time. That's just life. That's how life goes. So one thing that I want you guys to really think about is, if you're feeling confident in it, in your path, if you're like, yes, I know this is the path that I need to go down, even when other people are saying, I don't know about this, and I think maybe this is better, and I'm just concerned about this part for you, and maybe you should think about this. If you're confident in it yourself, you keep going on that path, because I promise you, if you do what they're saying, there's still going to be problems and there's still going to be issues. Nothing is ever perfect. So you do that path that you feel in yourself is right. Stay in your own lane. Put your blinders on if you have to, and keep going. It is super, super important that you do that. Because when we start to really just focus on what we want, and we stop listening to the noise outside, we start to watch things turn around and come together. We start to see the situations happen that bring a podcast episode to life. We start to see that life aligns with us and for us, and we are exactly where we need to be at the exact right time for things to happen. So I hope that this little bit of a bloop in the Vlogtober scape here, I hope that this brought you value. I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, smash that like button and subscribe if you feel like, I've brought you any value and you don't want to miss another episode, because trust me, we do homeschool stuff, we do mommy stuff, we do personal development and manifestation stuff. We do it all. So again, I'm Kimberly Cox from Magical Mommy Spot. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.